Welcome back to Rooted in the Seasons, where we explore how ancient wisdom meets modern life with a strong cup of tea and a dose of practical tools for real busy women. I'm Katya Patel, Ayurvedic diet and lifestyle consultant, yoga teacher mentor, and someone who helps you find grounding and clarity through small daily rituals, seasonal rhythms, and timeless wisdom. Today's episode is about something we all think about, even if we rarely say it out loud: work-life balance. But not in the usual productivity hack kind of way. We're talking about it through a deeply yogic lens, using two ancient concepts that feel so relevant right now: Abhyasa and Vairagya. This is something I teach inside my Stress Less, Live More course, because once you understand this rhythm, the dance between effort and let it go really shifts everything. Let me start by painting a picture. A lot of women I work with, maybe this is you too, are doing everything right on the surface. They have built careers, they are raising children, managing households, holding everything together. They have studied, they worked their way up into leadership or high responsibility roles, education in consultancy, healthcare, or creative work, or they have their own business. There's a lot on their plate, but underneath all, they quietly exhausted. They're cooking 3 different meals for everyone's dietary requirements in the house and eating toast themselves. They're replying to emails with a child on their lap. They're powering through skin flare-ups, digestive issues, low energy, without connecting the dots. And I think a big part of why this happens is the belief many of us inherited, even if we never chose it. If something has to give, it should be you. You take the day off when a child is sick. You work late to prove yourself. You keep saying yes, even when your body is begging for rest and you really want to say no. You're holding the whole thing together, but you're not supposed to fall apart. And if you do, you feel guilty. Let that land for a moment. Do you recognize that belief in yourself? Yoga offers another way, not as a slogan or a self-care fluff, but as a deep reframe. One I come back to again and again in my own life, and one I teach inside my Stress Less course. It comes down to 2 timeless concepts: Abhyasa and Vairagya. They show up in the Yoga Sutras, in the Bhagavad Gita, and more importantly, they show up in our everyday lives. You might just not have had the names for them yet. The Yoga Sutras, Patanjali writes, Abhyasa, Vairagya, Bhyam, Tannirodha. The mind becomes still through sustained practice and letting go. It is in the first chapter, Sutra 12. In the Bhagavad Gita, in chapter 6, the chapter about meditation, verse 35, Sri Krishna tells us undoubtedly the mind is restless and difficult to control, but it can be conquered by steady practice and non-attachment. Isn't that so beautifully human? Even thousands of years ago, the sages knew the mind races, the heart clings. But there is a path to balance, and it starts with effort and letting go. Let's begin looking a little bit more at Abhyasa, which means steady effort. Sorry. It comes from the root as, which means to sit or to be present. If you practice yoga, you have heard the word asana, which is the same root, and it means not just yoga posture, but it means to sit, and it also means this little carpet that you're sitting on, or your yoga mat. But this isn't just about sitting on a mat. It's the kind of effort that builds slowly, like a snowball is picking up speed. It's not about going harder, it's about showing up consistently, kindly, and with care. Let me ask you this. Where in your life are you already practicing Abhyasa right now? Maybe without even realizing. It could be on your yoga mat or your morning cup of tea, the way you're feeding your family even when you're exhausted. Abhyasa is that quiet, determined energy that keeps you going without the drama. Now let's talk about Vairagya, often misunderstood as detachment or not caring. Vairagya is about creating space. It's the ability to do something with your whole heart and let go of how and when the result appears. Let's be honest, that's quite hard, right? Have you ever poured yourself into something? A work project, a new habit, even your yoga practice, and then felt totally deflated when the results didn't come fast enough? That's where Vairagya comes in. You do your best and then you soften the grip. You trust the process rather than chasing the outcome. As Ranju Roy beautifully puts it, Vairagya is the open space where new possibilities can arise. Now imagine these two, Abhyasa and Vairagya, as the wings of a bird. You need both to fly. Too much effort, you tighten, obsess, burn out. Too much letting go, you drift, lose focus, start to give up. A bird with only one wing will flap as hard as it can, but it'll just go around in circles. It's the rhythm of both, effort and release, that creates lift. That's what brings balance. That's what brings peace. This rhythm isn't just spiritual, it's psychological. Without Abhyasa, the mind gets scattered. We feel unmotivated, lost. Without Vairagya, the mind gets stuck. We overthink, obsess, and spiral. Together, they help you regulate your nervous system, your brain. They offer a way to feel calm and productive, focused and free. This is the foundation of emotional resilience. This is what I help women rebuild in Stress Less, Live More through simple daily rituals, conscious routines, and small mindset shifts that are rooted in ancient wisdom but made for our modern life now. So here's something small that you can try this week. Choose one thing to focus on, something that really matters to you, a project, a plan, a goal, or even your dinner. Give it your best. Be present, show up with care, steady effort. Let go of the outcome. Don't overthink it. Trust that what you've done is enough. You can deeply care and still let go. That's balance. That's what yoga is all about. Let's pause for a moment. Here's a quick refresher on the Sanskrit words. If they are new to you, we talked about Abhyasa, steady effort, consistent effort, grounded, present, repeated over time. And Vairagya, softening your attachment to the outcome, letting go of the grip on how things should unfold. Together, they offer a blueprint for your work-life balance that feels calmer, kinder, and sustainable. If this spoke to you, I have a free resource that's the perfect next step. 5 Ayurvedic shifts to feel less overwhelmed in a week. It's short, super practical. It includes small and powerful tools you can start using right away. You'll find the link in the show notes. So here's your reflection for this week. Where in your life are you doing a lot, but not letting go? Or maybe where you have given up, but could bring in a little bit more steady effort. Comment below. I love hearing your thoughts and how these practices land in real life. Thanks for listening. Until next time. Stay steady, stay soft, stay rooted in the season. And if you know someone who would really benefit to listen to this episode or read the blog post, please feel free and share. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.